let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California.
Hello, it's Andy Graham. I'm eating my piece of bread for the morning at my secret hotel in Lomé, Togo, West Africa. It's April 3rd or 4th, something like that. And yesterday, at Fort Hood in Texas, it looks like some soldier blew some people away. And what I suspect this is sort of a copycat type thing, but you have 45,000 soldiers at Fort Hood and then 8,900 civilian people working. So you got about 55,000 people in one area with access to guns. So this is a recipe for somebody to blow somebody away with a gun, right? In a way, I call this, your 15 minutes of fame. Instead of just killing themselves, they go and take a couple people with them. The copycat, when a thought is planted in a person's mind, it sits there and wiggles around in their head for a long, long time like a resentment. Ressentir. Resentment means sentir. It's a French, take the word French, sentir, to feel, and to refill until they do it. And so now with our overwhelming amount of information that's coming into people's heads, they hear of an idea that sticks in their head and then they go act on it. It's really overstimulation of the mind. And at the same base, Nidal Hassan, a psychiatrist, these guys are never wrapped tight, killed 13 people when people were deploying to Iraq and Afghanistan. What I want you to realize that there are stereotypes and there are generalizations that are dangerous. And the idea that you have a psychologist that's Muslim that has, it's just nuts. Okay, you have to, especially traveling. What you want to do is there's a norm, the normal, and then there's the deviant from the norm. A Muslim psychologist at a military base, deviant. This is always dangerous. What you want. I always think about Poland. I call it white bread because everybody in Poland leaves and goes to England to work or something like that. Nobody really immigrates into Poland. So it's pure white, non-diversity. Very safe place. Diversity causes danger, and we need to sit there and say, not be politically correct, and say that the propensity for violence among these people is higher, and you have to have some kind of checklist to saying the probabilities of going insane, right? And when you try to group everybody together and act like we're all the same, it's anti-intellectual. Nobody's the same. Everybody's unique, and there are people that are unique, that have lost the plot, are angry, or whatever, and they have guns. And on a military base, I think all through history, ever since the beginning of time, somebody's been doing the exact same thing with a gun. You give a guy a gun, you give him a weapon, and they use it. Do they use it the right way? Yeah, 99% of the time. Do they use it the wrong way? 1%? Yes. So the My Lai massacre in Vietnam and all these things, you give people guns, they do things. But are they going to stop it? What has changed is the availability of the information to the press, to the world. The press is now super vigilant, trying to find all these they're trying to magnify the smallness of things into really big issues. And they're not. But is the world changed? I don't think so. Not a lot. But the copycat stuff has. And copycat, anybody trending, anybody that copies somebody else, to copy a bad idea. So you see this on Facebook, you see it on Twitter, they're copying. It's called churlism. They take an idea, then they churn it out to another person. So basically they're looking for something that they can copy and send to somebody else. This is one of the kind of profiles that you have to avoid. As a traveler, I avoid anybody that wants to repeat what they heard from somebody else, because somehow they think they're smart because they read it. They're not smart unless they experienced it. Okay, Andy Graham talking about Fort Hood and the thing that just happened the other day. It's really sad. Is there any solution? I don't know. I think the military does everything they can to stop this.